What if I told you that the second you entered a store or browsed an e-commerce website, that these places are working on ways to get you to spend as much money as possible? You might be like, well, duh, they're trying to maximize their profits. But did you know that they're using tactics that get you to spend money without even thinking twice? So let's uncover 6 methods that are psychologically used to get you to spend more money. Number 1, decoy pricing. Now, you'll have seen this pricing basically everywhere, like from your local Macca's to your favorite tech giant and basically every single coffee shop. Decoy pricing is a strategy that aims to guide a potential customer towards a specific product by presenting an inferior choice. Let's break this down into some different examples. My first example coffee shop has 3 different prices for a latte. $3 for small, $5.50 for medium, and $6 for a large. Did you pick up on the decoy? It's the medium latte. This is because the medium is priced in a way that makes you want to choose the large or the small because they seem like better deals as compared to the medium one. It's a $2.50 difference between the small and the medium latte, but only a 50-cent difference between the medium and the large size. This gently coerces consumers into either buying the small or the large latte, and the medium one will rarely ever be bought. So this is my second example of some restaurant pricing. So let's say that my local restaurant has 3 different pricing for steaks. So let's say that the first option is $13, the second option is $35, and the third option is $75. Did you pick up on the decoy pricing? It's the third option. The reason why the third and most expensive steak is the decoy option is because 1, it's kind of out of most people's price range, but 2, when you introduce a more expensive cost like that one, so let's just say that you have only the $13 steak and the $35 steak. Well, for me personally, I'd be like, well, I just want to order the $13 steak because the $35 one seems way too out of my price point. But when you introduce that third and more expensive option that's $40 more, well, when you have them all stacked up together, you go, actually, you know what, the $35 steak doesn't actually sound that bad pricing and I can treat myself. Also, decoy pricing is often done in 3, and this is so that businesses can use 1 or even 2 decoys to make the third option look most desirable. It's really sneaky, but it works wonders into getting customers to buy the intended product that brands want them to. Number 2 is time constraints and flash sales. Nowadays, it seems as if every store has a flash sale weekly or monthly. Flash sales have been shown to generate a 35% increase in sales, and they generally work best within a 24 to 72 hour time constraint. This is how they get you. Flash sales and time constraints hit you purely with FOMO. What's FOMO? Fear of missing out. See, these marketing departments use people's fear of missing out as a way to generate a lot of impulse purchases because, well, we don't want to miss out on the best deals. You see a 25% discount with a 12-hour countdown timer telling you that the sale ends in 12 hours, and you just want to buy the product right then and there because you don't want to miss out on this awesome deal. Like I mentioned, they'll have countdown timers and emails telling you that their biggest sale is going to be ending in an hour. And it's no wonder why so many people fall victim to these tactics. Hell, I still even fall victim to these tactics like I did in the past week. This is why Black Friday works so well, because it's such a hyped up day. People don't want to miss out on the sales, and you don't even have enough time to make a calculated decision around your purchase because, well, there isn't even enough time to do so. Number 3 is a false sense of urgency. It might be like a brand emailing you telling you, wow, we only have 1 day for this awesome sale, so get in quick. And it's like, well, you, the brand, created this false sense of urgency to get me to buy things. And it's made up, it's not even real. Or it could be like, hurry, this offer ends at midnight. And it just makes me laugh because I'm like, you made that deadline up. Like, that doesn't exist. Like, hurry, this offer ends at midnight. And it's like, I can guarantee that exact sale will be happening in a month, 2 months time. It just makes people think that they need to make impulse purchases and buy things so quickly because it's like, oh my God, this offer ends at midnight. But it's like, it'll be back. I can guarantee it'll be back. I've also found that Amazon does this perfectly, and it's when you add stuff to your cart and it goes, order within the next hour and 5 minutes and you'll get this delivered tomorrow. And that in itself is pushing this urgency on consumers to buy things because, well, it's like, I want this item tomorrow. And it's like, well, you don't need the item tomorrow. Like, no one really needs next day delivery. Like, I bought so many products on Amazon because I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this item tomorrow. And it's like, at the end of the day, I could get it a week from now and it's like, it's not gonna make a big difference. But that urgency in itself makes people buy things because they think, well, if I can get it tomorrow, then why not get it tomorrow? And oh shit, I've got to order in the next hour and 5 minutes to get it. And then that in itself is urgency, and Amazon's smart, they know how to make a dollar. Number 4 is charm pricing. This involves using prices that end in 9 or 99. You'll see this pricing basically everywhere on every single e-commerce platform and in grocery stores, just everywhere, because it just works so well. Apple uses this pricing for like most of its products, and their flagship model might be priced at $999 instead of $1,000. The reason why this works so well is because most Westerners read from left to right. So we read the left digit first and then keep moving onwards. So in Apple's instance, when a product is priced at $1,000, well, Westerners will read that and they'll be like, okay, well, it's $1,000. But when it's priced at $900, well, it's like, I'm latching onto that 9 and thinking, okay, well, it's $900 now, but it's only $1 difference. But this dollar difference seems like $100 difference to Westerners. So it's like when you see a $199 product, well, I'm gonna round it to $100, which I don't even know why my brain does that. But as opposed to seeing a 200 where you go, okay, it's 200, but $199, that $1 difference makes me round it to $100 as opposed to 200. Now, on the other end of this spectrum is also true. So high fashion brands like Louis Vuitton and Dior, well, they're not going to use charm pricing. They want people to buy things because they know what they're getting out of the purchase. They have customer loyalty, and they don't want people to buy things because it's perceived as a deal. So you'll often see their products are rounded to either 50s or hundreds. So it might be like $1,000, and that's them saying like, we're not a deal, but we want you to buy things based on how you feel about this product and the status quo. And it's basically just saying that charm pricing doesn't work for everything. Number 5 is buy one, get one free. Technically speaking, buy one, get one free is basically just 50% off, but because you're getting a free item, it feels so much more than that. And it's like, well, how cool is this? I'm getting a free item. And if you're wondering, how does this get you to fork out more money? Well, it's quite simple. Now, let's say that I wanted to buy this printed t-shirt at the store and it costs $30. Now, if that item was 50% off, well, I'd get it for $15, be happy with my purchase, and then go about my day. But with buy one, get one free, I have to spend $30 to get the 2 t-shirts. And while I'm happy about this free item, I didn't really need it, and I spent more than I originally planned on spending because, well, I spent $30 instead of just $15. Now, businesses will run these deals when they need to get rid of old inventory and just increase their cash flow. It's also similar to those products that have like a 30% included for free in like the product. And it's like, well, I can guarantee that the business has just included that extra amount into the price tag, and then they include free, and it's like, oh my God, I get 30% free of a product. And it's like, well, you don't actually, like, it's just included into the price, and like, you're not saving money on it. Like, I can guarantee that this, like, Colgate doesn't have your best interest at heart with their 30% extra toothpaste. Like, they want to make money from you, and that's all there is to it. Business is business, and they want to make money. So watch out for buy one, get one free deals, because they're probably not going to be as good of a saving as they're initially hyped up to be. The final strategy is store layouts. This is a huge factor that basically manipulates people into buying things they don't need. And I've seen it firsthand working at my local supermarket. So with this one, I'm going to be using grocery stores as a prime example of how store layouts affect people's buying decisions. I would get so many customers coming through with a packed trolley or a basket, and they would always be like, I only came in for one item and look at my trolley. And it would ring up to over $100, $200, and they would just tell me, they're like, I came in for milk, bread, or eggs, and look at me now. And I can guarantee this wasn't an isolated incident whatsoever. Like, this happened multiple times on every single shift I had. So what's the cause for this? Meticulously crafted store layouts. Grocery stores will create a floor plan that separates the essentials so that it leads to more time in their store, and you pass through a lot more products because, well, you want to get to your eggs, your milk, your bread, your frozen stuff, and that's often always spread on the outskirts of the store so that you pass through so many more products and they have more time to get you on this deal and that deal. And I remember that my store used to always change the aisle locations around. And while they'd keep some like just in the exact same spots, they'd also move a lot of different products around. And they do this because it exposes people to a whole new set of products they've never seen. So let's say that coffee's in aisle 7 and it gets moved to aisle 9. So here I am, I'm like, I'm gonna go buy some coffee. I go to aisle 7, it's not there. And I'm like, these are some cool products. I might pick up this and that. And then I walk along that aisle and I go to aisle 8. Coffee's not here too. This product looks cool. Pick that up. That looks cool too. And then I have to go to aisle 9 and I'm like, okay, I found the coffee. But in that time, I've just picked up another $30 of stuff. And that's why they do it, because they want to expose you to as many products as possible so you spend as much money as possible, so they make as much money as possible. Anyways, that's just some of the sneaky ways that stores and brands are working to get you to spend as much money as possible. While I'm not saying that all of these are like unethical, they're just like marketing strategies that are used to get you to spend as much money as possible. And I always think it's good to learn these strategies so that next time you're out shopping, you can make a more informed decision for yourself, and instead of just a psychological decision that just happens without you actually realizing.